Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to NHL 18 franchise mode with your Quebec Nordiques. Yes, we are back here again to start the 2019-2020 NHL regular season, our third year in charge of the Quebec Nordiques. And we did the draft and the free agency, the 2019 draft free agency off-season last episode. And boy, did we have a good time. We, of course, brought in this man here, Mr. Erik Karlsson. We signed him in free agency. We did a couple of moves here and there to get stuff. We said goodbye to Brian Little after 1 year with the team. So let me show you the 2019-2020 Quebec Nordiques. We start with the first line of Nick Ritchie at 85, Ryan Spooner and Sam Reinhart at 85, looking to play his first games as a Nordique. Then we have Max Domi, Valtteri Filppula and Andrei Burakovsky. On the third line, we have Matt Nieto with Chris Tierney and Evgeny Dadonov. And on the fourth line, we have Antoine Roussel with Lias Andersson and Connor Brown. Our first draft pick making it onto the NHL roster full time. Then defense. Look at this defense. We have Jonas Brodin with Erik Karlsson, Matthias Ekholm with Kevin Shattenkirk, and Adam McQuaid with Sami Vatanen. Then goaltending, we have Steve Mason and Jonas Korpisalo, but we're going to have Korpisalo as the 86 overall, 25-year-old goaltender, playing as the starter. Beautiful. Scratched, we have Slater Kokoek and Colton Sissons. So that's really awesome. This team is looking so much better than last year, I think. We've got a first-line forward that's actually meant to be a first-line forward. We've got some better depth forwards in here. Lias Andersson looks like he's ready to play, which I'm really happy about. I think this team's going to do much better than last year. Our defensive core is probably one of the best in the league without a doubt. So if we can't have a solid year this year, I do not know what is happening with this game. We had a first-round exit last year, 7-game series. This year, I think we're expecting better things. So we have the first 10 games of the season. You know how they go, folks. Period-by-period sims. We'll start with a game in Columbus. Here we go, Nordiques. Let's get this going, boys. So, Sam Gagner against Chris Tierney for the opening face-off of our 19/20 NHL campaign. First period. Okay, we score. Valtteri Filppula carrying on his perfect time with the Quebec Nordiques. Over 60 points last season. He picks up our first goal of our 19/20 campaign. 7 shots apiece, though. Second period. Okay, it's a 2-1 game. Valtteri Filppula again. He's almost on a hat-trick, ladies and gents. And Ryan Murray scores one on the ex-Columbus goaltender, Jonas Korpisalo. 22 shots to 14 in favour of the Blue Jackets. Will times 8 simulate the third period. Come on, Nordiques, get that insurance marker. Do not let them tie this game up, gents. Korpisalo, you got to stand tall, bud. Stand tall for us, dude. Put a dagger in the heart of your old team. They should have given you starting time, but they didn't. We have, and you have rewarded us with a victory. Valtteri Filppula has scored 100% of the Quebec Nordiques goals so far this year. Brilliant. He's carrying on as he means to continue. Or he's starting as he means to go on. Something like that. One of those phrases. Oh, and now we're against the defending back-to-back Stanley Cup champion, St. Louis Blues. Come on, we've got to beat them here, folks. Haven't played at home yet. I think our next game's at home. So Tarasenko against Ryan Spooner for the opening face-off in St. Louis. First period. Okay, no score after the first, although they're over-doubling us up on shots, 14-6. Come on, Nordiques. We don't take many shots. Second period. Okay, wow, 3-0. Reinhart with his first ever goal as a member of the Quebec Nordiques. Ritchie with a goal on the first line and Vatanen on the third defensive pair. A 3-0 lead here. 21 shots, 3 goals. And third period. There you go. They managed to get one back, but Chris Tierney gets the 4th goal. And it's a second straight victory for the Quebec Nordiques. There you go. Starting off this season well, gents. I mean, it's very early days. 3 points in 2 games for Valtteri Filppula. Lias Andersson's having a good time. Game number 3. First game at home in the Videotron Center against the Nashville Predators. So, Tierney against Braden Shen for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, there you go. Erik Karlsson, his first goal as a member of the Quebec Nordiques at home. His first home game and his first goal for the Nordiques. Oh, the fans will love that one. Shots 13-5 in favour of Quebec. Solid job, defence. Second period. Okay, no score after the second. 27 shots to 15 in favour of Quebec. Will times 8 simulate the third period. Can we get the insurance marker? I think we can. Korpisalo only allowed 1 goal last game. He hasn't allowed any this game. Hope I haven't jinxed it. A power play for the Nordiques. We can't get it done. But we're getting shots on goal, which is important. We would kind of struggle to get actual shots on goal. We've got over 30 this game, and it looks like that's all she wrote. A 1-0 shutout against the Nashville Predators. Good work, gents. Good work. Matthias Ekholm has pulled his groin. He'll be back in November. Okay, that's a bit of a pain in the arse. However, that's not a huge loss for this team, as we do have Slater Kokoek to come in and sort this out. Still got a solid defensive core, gents. So we've got a game against Florida at home as well, with 3-0-0 to start the year. Dallas are 3-0-0 as well. Chicago, Minnesota and Winnipeg have the chance to be as well. So, second home game of the season, 4th game of the season in total, against the Florida Panthers. Here we go. McCann against Ryan Spooner for the opening face-off. And Nick Ritchie has scored 20 seconds in. Couldn't even say first period. Nick Ritchie, I'm liking how you're playing this year, bud. First period. Okay, oh my goodness, a 3-0 lead. Max Domi with his first of the year, and Evgeny Dadonov scores on his old team. Roberto Luongo allowing 3 goals on 14 shots in the first. Second period. Okay, another 2 goals. Dadonov with a second and Tierney adding 1 on the board. 24 shots apiece, but the difference is 5 goals to us. And third period. There you go, a 5-0 shutout. So, if Korpisalo has played both of those games, he's got a shutout streak of 2 games going at the moment. Undefeated so far this season are the Quebec Nordiques. The defence have stood tall for us this year. They're doing a very good job at the start of this season. So let's scout forwards for a month in the OHL. Let's make sure we get all the big categories done first. So we're going to Ottawa. Erik Karlsson's old team. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one, folks. Can Erik Karlsson do some damage against his old team? Spooner against Backlund for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, no score after the first. 11 shots to 9 in favour of Quebec. Second period. Okay, we managed to get to Burakovsky and Max Domi with the goals. We'll times 8 simulate the third period. Excuse me. So, 25 shots on goal for us. Is there going to be another shutout in the cards for the Quebec Nordiques? 3 straight shutouts for one of the best defensive cores in the league. I did say they were one of the best defensive cores. 3 straight shutouts, I think, would prove that. And as the game comes to an end... Oh, Evander Kane scores less than a minute left. Oh, and the Quebec Nordiques shutout streak almost went to 3 games. We are having a solid defensive job, though, at the moment. So, game number 6 of the season. Nick Ritchie, 5 points in 5 games. That's what I like to see. Against the Winnipeg Jets, who are kind of struggling to find their feet early in this season. Let's do some more damage here, boys. So, Johnson against Lias Andersson for the opening face-off. Lias Andersson's first opening face-off. First period. Okay, we score. Andre Burakovsky again on Connor Hellebuck. 8 shots to 7 in favour of Quebec in the Videotron Centre. Second period. Okay, wow, it's a 3-2 game. Tierney and Roussel get some depth players. But Stanley and Bufflin managed to get some goals on Korpisalo. 19 shots to 16 in favour of the Jets after the second period. With times 8 simulation in the third period. We have a 3-2 lead. Lias Andersson, his first ever goal as a member of the Quebec Nordiques, gets the insurance marker. Will it be the game winner? It might be, because Patrick Laine manages to get one back. If the score remains the same, Lias Andersson has his first game-winning goal of his career. No! Blake Wheeler manages to tie the game with 2 minutes left. And we go to overtime. So we are still undefeated in regulation time. 29 shots to 28 in favour of Winnipeg. Overtime! It's going to a shootout. 33 shots to 31 in favour of Winnipeg. Come on, Quebec, get this victory. Shootout! There you go. Reinhardt, Domi, nailed it. Beautiful. 3 stars of the game. Roussel with 2 points and 4 hits on the play. Not really the best first star, I would argue. Got to give Lias Andersson some credit there. Lias Andersson, he's happy. He scored his first ever goal as a member of the Quebec Nordiques. His first ever goal in the NHL. We are still undefeated, ladies and gents. That one was close, but we're still undefeated. So, game number 7 of the season against the Carolina Hurricanes, who are also undefeated. One team will not be undefeated after this game. Ryan Zingle against Valtteri Filppula. Oh, Zingle signed with the Hurricanes. He might want some revenge. First period. Okay, it's 1-1 after 1. Lias Andersson, goals in 2 straight games. Mike Camilleri scores on Steve Mason. 15 shots to 10 in favour of Quebec. Second period. Okay, they managed to score another. Victor Rask scores on Steve Mason. 21 shots to 19 or 18 in favour of Quebec after the second. Come on, Quebec. Tie this game up, boys. Oh, no. Sebastian Aho scores. It's a 3-1 game for Carolina. Don't let this start to drop, folks. No, Teuvo Teravainen, what are you doing? Steve Mason, I put you in net and you allow 4 goals. Evgeny Dadonov gets one back late in the game. That's probably all she wrote, folks. Yep, a 4-2 loss for the Quebec Nordiques. So it took us 7 games in the season to finally drop our first game. Let's not make this a sign of things to come, Quebec Nordiques. So, game number 8 of the season against the Buffalo Sabres. They're above 500 to start the year. Can we get back on our winning form? Let's see. Ryan O'Reilly against Ryan Spooner for the opening face-off in the Videotron Centre. First period. Okay, it's a 2-1 game to them. O'Reilly and Foligno score, but Matt Nieto scores on Lehner. Over doubling us up on shots, though, 13-6. Second period. Okay, they managed to add 3 more. 2 from Molson and the second from O'Reilly. Third period, just stop the bleeding. Matt Nieto gets his second of the game. Oh, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, Nordiques? Let's not go on a losing streak now. Matt Nieto currently leading the team with 6 points in 8 games. Good. Only problem is our defense has kind of dropped a little bit recently. We've allowed at least 4 goals in our last 3 games. We're still first in our division. Only just. We have a game in hand. So, against the 1-5-2 Avalanche, if we can't win this game, there's no hope for us in game number 9 of the season. McKinnon against Reinhardt for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, they managed to get the first goal. Joel Ward on Korpisalo. 8 shots to 6, though, in favour of the Nordiques. Second period. Okay, good. We had one back. Valtteri Filppula. Good job, boy. 18 shots to 12 in favour of the Nordiques after the second. We'll time that simulate the third period. Power play. 4-on-3, 5-on-4, and Grigorenko scores. Okay, how does that work, game? Ah, Quebec. You're throwing this all away, guys. Power play. Score. No? Okay. Great. Goaltending's been a bit poor recently as well, hasn't it? Please score. No. Okay, so we have lost 3 straight games. After going the first 6 games undefeated, we have lost our last 3 games. Well, that's not very good. That kind of sucks. Right, game number 10 against the Maple Leafs. Then we need to take stock of where we're at. It's November, so hopefully Ekholm will be coming back soon. In the Videotron Centre against the Maple Leafs. Relatively similar record to us. Spooner against Matthews for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, it's a 2-1 game to them. So, Hyman scores, Burakovsky scores, and Griffith scores. 13 shots to 9 in favour of Quebec. Second period. And they've added another one. Brilliant. We'll go times that simulation, but if it goes 4-1, then we'll sim the rest of the period. Come on, Nordiques. Your power play's been awful. I don't know why you can't score goals. Really, Quebec? We're a better offensive team than last year. There you go, Burakovsky. Second of the game for you. Somebody tie it up late, Quebec. Come on, boys. Somebody do it. There you go, Evgeny Dadonov. Good man. Power play? Oh, we can't score on the power play, but we take it to overtime. We might lose a 4th straight game, but at least we're taking a point in this one. 38 shots to 26 in favour of Quebec. Come on. Do it for your home fans, Nordiques. Overtime. Damn it. Morgan frickin' Riley. Okay, so we've dropped our last 4 games. We're going 6-3-1 in our first 10 games of the season. So, Filppula leading the team with 8 points again. Wow, he's having a fantastic year. 6 points for Dadonov, 6 points for Burakovsky, 6 for Ritchie, 6 for Nieto, 6 for Brodin. He hasn't scored a goal so far this year. Elias Anderson only scored 2 points and there is 2 goals. Okay, so let's sim the next 10 games of the season and see where we're at. See if we bounce back from this somehow. We've dropped 4 straight games. We went 6 straight wins, 4 straight losses. We're a very streaky team at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So up to a home game against the Islanders. The AHL team's doing well, though, 6-2-2. So away against Pittsburgh, we take a 5-2 loss. We've lost 5 straight games. Against Dallas, we take a 7-3 win. Good. Then we take a 7-3 win against Vegas. That's much better, boys. Good. And now Matthias Ekholm is back, so hopefully that will shore up our defense. So McQuaid, you can still play. Wait, what was that? Yeah, McQuaid, you can still play. Nope, that's Vatanen. Ekholm, get back into the fray, dude. So against the LA Kings, We take a 4-0 victory, then we take a 4-3 win. So we've had a 5-game losing streak, pretty much snapped by a 4-game winning streak. Elias Anderson has been injured with a pulled groin. Okay, that's a pain in the ass. Good try, Anderson. Oh, Tierney's up at an 80 overall now. Colton Sissons can come in. Good, we actually have a centre to replace him. Against New Jersey, we take a 5-0 victory. 2 shutouts in 3 games. A 7-0 loss against the Capitals, though. Oh, that is rough. Right, a month to scout forwards in the W. Home against Chicago. We take a 3-2 win. Good. Sam Reinhart's sprained his wrist. He'll be back December 1st. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the arse. I don't really know who I can have to replace him. I'm going to have to bring up somebody, aren't I? Roster moves. Keep going. So who can I bring up on a decent contract? Andrew Kopp, we'd need to waive him, though. Philip Ahl, we don't have to waive him. So we'll bring him up, I think. So Burakovsky, Dadonov, Brown, and then because Ahl is meant to be a 4th-line guy, he can slot in here. Yeah, that's fine. And then 3 on. Of course, 3 on 3. We've got Domi, Ritchie. Let's have I don't know, Nieto. There you go. Try that. Best lines for you guys. Don't quite know what to suggest for you. Xavier Wallet. Oh, okay. If it's 10 days away, we should be able to sign these guys before the end of this. An overtime loss against the Habs and a loss against the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're going 12-6-2 in our first 20 games so far this season. That's not too bad. It's good enough for 4th place. We're only 2 points back from 1st. Wow, there's only 7 points between 1st and 6th. 20 points in 20 games for Nick Ritchie. What a great job. Wow, he's a point per game. I'm liking this. Karlsson with 15 points. He stepped up. Filppula, 14 points in 20 games. Spooner, 13 points. Reinhardt, 12 points in 19. Brodin, 11 points. Anderson's added another 2 goals. He's got 6 points in 16 games or whatever. So that's not too shabby. Okay. So I need to look at my contracts. There's a few restricted free agents that haven't signed with us. So I qualified them as RFAs. I can give them, if they're wanting like a couple of mil, I can give them that this year, especially if it's 1-year contracts. It's just they haven't qualified themselves as RFAs, which is a bit annoying. Got to be, what do we want? Main roster, RFA. Nestorov, how much? We have 1.950 for a year, that's fine. And Wallet, you want 1.925. Yep, okay, that should be fine. That should be fine. So I think if we just sim the next few games just to make sure these guys sign with us, we'll see what's happening. So if we sim this this one, let's go up to the game against Philly just to see what's going on, see if they sign with us. Elias Anderson's back. We'll go best lines. Why not? Against the Islanders, an overtime win. That's good. Have these guys signed with us then? Against Philly. Right, Wallet's here and Nestorov's here. Good. So they've signed with us. And we got an overtime win against the Flyers as well. Fan happiness at 100 at the moment. So we played 20 games. Now played 22 games. So we want to go halfway through the season, don't we? 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10-1. So we're going up to a home game against Pittsburgh. That should take us to halfway through the season. Multiple players on the Quebec Nordiques roster ready to play. So we'll go best lines. So we've got these guys. Brown, you swap with Nieto. Yep, that's fine. Defense. They want Slater Kokoek to play there, but I'd rather Adam McQuaid. He should grow up to an 80 again. Then we can go roster moves and send Ahl back down. That would make the most sense because we want him to get playing time down there. He doesn't have to be waived either, which is awesome. So then if we go back down to the AHL and go best lines. So, some of our lower guys aren't actually playing at the moment, I've just noticed. Bajkov, I'm going to have to replace you with the left wingers, aren't they? Green. I don't know why Green's not playing. He should get the chance to play anyway. Ruotsalainen, you're a left winger. We'll put Green on the left wing. Fortier, nah. We'll have Petterstrom in there instead. Okay, just to mix things up a little bit. I want them to grow and they need playing time. So we're going halfway through the season. McQuaid has been injured with a fractured jaw. That sucks. However, we do have a replacement right on hand, which is really helpful for us. Slater Kokoek, it's as if we've put in the same player. So a shootout loss against the Sharks, we get a point. December 1st, yep, not a problem for us. Don't know what happened against Arizona. I think we may have got the win there against Edmonton. Oh, Korpisalo's injured. Oh, Korpisalo. Oh, I just went best roster. Why did I just do that? Edit lines manually. Did they just bring up another goalie? If they did, then that's brilliant. I don't want anybody going down on waivers. Yeah, so they brought Verolainen up. Okay. So, Korpisalo, you're back. And then roster moves. Can Verolainen go down? Was that a two-way contract that I signed him to? Because if not, that's caused us a massive problem. Verolainen. Okay, good. We don't have to waive him. So much better. Right, and then we'll go back here and just stick him in as well. So, oh, that's gone to best lines again. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, you just can't get the help these days, folks. Right, Bajkov, you're being swapped out for Green. I need these guys to grow. I'm not letting them sit there being like 62 overall medium elite players if they're not actually going to play. Right, against the Rangers, we take a 3-1 win. Good. Adam McQuaid is back. Okay. So I think we probably should play him, actually. So I'm not quite sure who I have as my 6th defenseman. They are kind of alternating at the moment because of injuries, which is working out for us. But if they have a long stretch, then I don't know. 4-3 win against Detroit. That's good. Come on, against Vancouver. It's going to be a scouting assignment, isn't it? We've almost hit 20 wins already this season. Wow. We're playing pretty well. Something's happened here. The fans are loving our team this year. They absolutely love us because they think we're wonderful. Well, I'm not surprised. We're a great team. Having a great regular season are the Quebec Nordiques. That's what I thought. It's what I thought. If we get a solid defensive core, defense wins championships, ladies and gents. You know? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here either. Just a bit confused here. Is it going to work? Is it not? Are we going to win? Are we going to lose? Like, I just don't know, guys. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, here we go. A shootout win against the Canucks. A shootout win against Boston. We're on at least a 5-game winning streak. We've won every single game so far this month. What's up, McQuaid? Lack of ice time. Well, be a better overall, and then we wouldn't have that problem. Against Minnesota. This is the last month of 2019. We take another win. We are undefeated so far in December. Against Anaheim. I've probably jinxed it now, but, you know, that's the way it goes. So I've scouted all of these ones. We'll scout forwards for 3 weeks in America. A shootout loss. Lucas Sedlak. How old is Sedlak? 26. No, I don't need him. So we've got a point in that game. Against Columbus, a 5-4 loss. Okay, took our first regulation loss. A 6-0 loss. Okay, let's not make that a trend now, folks. Steve Mason's been injured with an injured hand. Okay, that means Korpisalo's playing then. So we need to bring up Vehelainen. So he doesn't need to be waived, which is wonderful. So we'll edit lines. We'll sort this one out. It's not a problem. So everybody else seems to be playing quite well for us. Oh, is Lias Anderson back? If so, he shouldn't still be... Sorry, Lias Anderson. I didn't even realise you weren't playing anymore. That's really horrible of me. Lias Anderson should be playing. Right, Korpisalo's going to play in net for us. Verolainen's going to be the backup. Yep, that's fine. And Van Pottelberg, you're getting the first line time there. Or starting time. Have they gone back to best lines? No, they haven't. Good. Carry on. Right, against Nashville, a 5-2 win. Good. We bounced back from 2 losses to pick up a victory. Please don't take forever to do this one. Like, let's just keep going. We're almost at the end game. Come on. Come on, game. Good. Right, Steve Mason's back. Okay, he literally missed 1 game, but I had to do all that faffing about for 1 game. Great. Shattenkirk's still 84, so that's good. Verolainen, you're going to be swapped out for Steve Mason. Then I want to go to roster moves. Oh, that's great, isn't it, folks? And then I want to go goalies. Then Verolainen can go back down. Then I can go like so. Of course, you're going to be upset for being sent down, but I'm not going to play a 76 rated goaltender. Then goalies. Then Verolainen. And then boom. There you go. Right, where were we? Oh my goodness. So the Detroit Red Wings want to send us Henrik Zetterberg, Colin Wilson, and Luke Glendening for Lias Anderson and some draft picks. No. That's an awful trade. I don't need it. I'm a winning team at the moment. Antoine Roussel's got himself injured. Okay, so that means we can bring in Colton Sissons. How's Elias Anderson doing now? Still 6 points. Fair play. Scratched. We should have Colton Sissons come and play. Good, good. As we were. So against Florida, a 2-1 loss. Okay, 3 losses on our last 4 games. Roussel's back. He literally missed 1 game. So, let's go with Roussel again. Thank you, Sissons, for playing that 1 game for us. Against Ottawa, we take a 1-0 victory. Another shutout. Good. Oh, Erik Karlsson's been injured. He's going to be out for about a month. Oh, that's a pain in the arse. Why did you have to do this game? Oh, I dislike you strongly. Right, Kokoek, you're getting to play long term now, bud. Congratulations. Oh, hate it that all this extra stuff just doesn't get changed. Extra attacker. Reinhardt. There you go. And then shootout. Let's have Elias Anderson. I don't know. Being the first shooter. I don't care. Right, against Winnipeg, an overtime loss. We take a point. A shootout win against Carolina. Against Buffalo, we take a shootout loss. Still a point. Scouting assignment's done. So where should we go next? Probably go to the SHL for a month. Scout some of them Swedes. Against Colorado, we take a 3-2 win. Good. And against the Maple Leafs, we take a 4-1 win. So we've won 3 out of our last 4 games. We're halfway through the season, I think. Or we should be, anyway. We've played 41 games. Yeah, we've played 41 games. We are second in our division. There's 8 points between us and second. Or us and third, sorry. And we're only 1 point back from first. 37 points in 37 games for Erik Karlsson. He's injured now, but he's going a point per game, so that's awesome. 30 points for Nick Ritchie. He's almost a 20-goal scorer. Ryan Spooner, 26 points. 26 points for Brodin. Burakovsky, 20 points. Reinhardt, 22 points. He's almost a 10-goal scorer. Filppula with almost 20 points on the year. He could be a 40-point scorer, which isn't too bad. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. Elias Anderson with 9 points on the year in 23 games. He's doing all right for himself. Philip, 2 points in 3 games. Fair play, dude. Fair play. Okay, so halfway through the season, we're doing all right for ourselves. I assume we're relatively high up in the league. We're 1 point back. They've got an extra win. We've got an extra overtime loss. In terms of the entire league, we are second. Okay, we're 1 point above Buffalo, who are third, only in a video game. And we're 3 points above 4th place San Jose. So Winnipeg is currently leading the entire National Hockey League, and we are second to them by 1 point. So next episode, I think what we need to do is we need to go up to the trade deadline, see where the team's at. I assume we'll be in a playoff spot. See if there are any moves we can make to create a championship-winning roster. Maybe get a better first-line centre. Maybe trade away Filppula for a better first-line centre, depending on how well he's playing. But overall, yeah, I think the season's going very well for the Quebec Nordiques. It's what I expected. Well, not necessarily not losing more than 10 games in regulation. Like, we've already won 26 games. If we go at this pace, we will have a 52-win season, which is probably the best we will ever have, or we've ever had so far since joining the league. So I think the Quebec Nordiques, we're doing absolutely fine. Next episode, we'll make it to the playoffs, folks. I'm going to make a guarantee here. So I'm going to end this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.